Imagine a political storm brewing where a former congressman, once at the heart of Congress, gets an unexpected lifeline from the president himself, right when everyone thought justice was sealed. This isn't just any news. It's a dramatic twist in the saga of George Santos, and it's bound to spark heated debates. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this be about fairness, or is it favoritism in action? Stick around to see why this move has people buzzing. Late Friday evening, President Donald Trump announced that he had commuted the prison sentence of George Santos, the disgraced ex-Republican representative from New York. This decision means Santos is free to walk out of prison right away, avoiding what was supposed to be years behind bars. For anyone new to this, a commutation isn't a full pardon. It simply reduces or ends the punishment, but the underlying convictions remain on the record. Santos, you might recall, was kicked out of the U.S. House of Representatives amid a whirlwind of scandals back in December 2023, just months after taking his seat. To understand the full picture, let's rewind a bit. Santos, now 37, started his political journey by fabricating parts of his personal story during his campaign. Before even being officially sworn in, he admitted to exaggerating or lying about key aspects of his life, which didn't sit well with voters or investigators. Once in office, things escalated when the Department of Justice charged him with serious federal crimes, including wire fraud, essentially using electronic communications to cheat people out of money, and aggravated identity theft, which involves stealing someone's personal information for fraudulent purposes. Think of it as a digital heist that hurts real individuals and undermines trust in the system. This year, Santos pleaded guilty to these charges and was handed an 87-month sentence, roughly 7 years in federal prison. He began serving that time in late July, marking a stark fall from grace for someone who served in Congress for less than a year. And this is the part most people miss. Trump's choice to intervene came after a series of pleas from Santos's friends and allies, as revealed by a senior White House official to NBC News. Trump even took the time to read some of Santos' writings from behind bars, where he described his tough living conditions in prison, painting a picture of isolation and hardship. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Santos himself reached out directly to Trump in a letter published last Monday by the South Shore Press, a local Long Island news outlet. In it, he poured on the praise, calling the president a man of second chances who champions redemption. "You have always been a leader who believes in renewal," Santos wrote, urging Trump from the depths of my heart to grant him clemency. It's a personal plea that adds an emotional layer to this legal drama. Trump shared his thoughts on Truth Social, framing his decision around what he sees as unequal treatment. He described Santos as a rogue, someone who bends the rules in a country full of them, but questioned why Santos faced such a long stint while others allegedly get off easier. To make his point, Trump drew a comparison to Senator Richard Blumenthal, a Democrat from Connecticut. During his 2010 Senate campaign, Blumenthal claimed he served in Vietnam, when in reality, he hadn't deployed overseas. This misstatement drew fire, including from Trump himself, who in October suggested Blumenthal should be investigated. Blumenthal later clarified it was a misstatement, not a deliberate lie, and recently told CNN that Trump's claims are completely deceptive and distorted. Trump, who didn't serve in the military himself, argued on Truth Social that Blumenthal's actions were far worse than Santos. He pointed out that at least Santos had the courage, conviction, and intelligence to always vote Republican. Plus, Trump highlighted Santos's solitary confinement stretches, saying he'd been horribly mistreated by all accounts. "Therefore, I just signed a commutation, releasing George Santos from prison, immediately. Good luck, George. Have a great life," he posted. This bold comparison is sure to fuel debate. Is Trump right to equate campaign exaggerations with proven fraud and theft? And what about the double standard? Should political allies get easier breaks? For beginners diving into politics, this highlights how clemency powers can be wielded for mercy or political gain, often sparking arguments about justice versus loyalty. It's a reminder that in the U.S., presidents have this authority under the Constitution, but its use can divide opinions sharply. What do you think? Does this commutation feel like a fair second chance, or is it too lenient for someone convicted of serious crimes? Should Trump's comparison to Blumenthal hold up, or is it just cherry-picking facts? Share your views in the comments. Do you agree with giving rogues like Santos a break, or disagree? This is breaking news, so keep checking back for updates.